So this is derivatives of inverse functions, and they look really complicated because of their when you take the derivative, but they're the same exact rules. You got product rule, quotient rule, chain rule. Same stuff. So if you see inverse sine, you write this one. Inverse cosine, you write this one. Inverse tangent, you write this one. So on and so on. So all you have to do is really just locate it. So it's this one. And what that is an x. And you want to just kind of think of it like a u. So if you have inverse cosine of u, and you take the derivative, then whatever is that u value is what you're going to replace the x with. So it just gets inputted correct straight into there. So this would become negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus, and then our u value here is the square root of x. And so you would just put parentheses here, square root of x, and then put the squared. So you can see all I've done is taken that value I had here and just substituted it, just like that. But now this is still chain rule, so we do have to write the derivative of whatever we plugged in. And that square root of x is x to the half. So you still need to find du dx of this guy right here. All right, so we do that derivative, we get 1/2, x to the negative 1/2. And so putting all that together, we would now get negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus x. You can see that those change. And when they change, to get mathematically correct here, every time you square something, you have to put parentheses around it. But with a square root of x, that's always going to be coming out positive. So now we put multiply, and then we put the other one, 1/2, 1 over 2 rad x, and then we put it together. So negative 1 over 2, and we're going to distribute that square root of x in there. So square root, and it's x minus x squared. You can also rewrite it the other way. It's your choice. But there's our derivative. Now we still need to mark it, f prime of x, so that we have our derivative. Okay, now let's make it a little bit more complicated. So you can see here what we have is chain rule. You want to think of it as product, but there's only one x. So we're going to put a nice large parenthesis here for it. And then that's what we're going to plug in. So it's the same thing we just did, but this time, we're instead of using radical x, we are going to use our u equals inverse sine of x. Okay. So this would become negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus, and then we put that guy in a parenthesis square. So you see it's the same thing. We're just putting in inverse sine now. And then now we need to do the derivative of the inverse sine of x. So du dx of inverse sine, forgot the ddx, inverse sine of x. And so now we go up to our inverse sine of x and we just write out what it is. So see, the nice thing about these is they just give you the answer. So now we just put times 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared, and there we have it. There's our answer. So you can put it together and we end up with negative 1, and I'm going to put the square root separate, 1 minus sine squared x square root 1 minus x squared. It's your choice. So let's erase this and move it and make it look a little bit nicer. Move this over. Get rid of this and put y prime equals there. All right. Let's try one with a tangent now. So tangent is just, we use that formula. So tangent would be 1 over 1 plus, and then we plug this in. So our u here is x minus the square root of 1 plus x squared. So that would be x minus the square root of 1 plus x squared, like that. So you can see all we're doing is just taking that and plugging it in there. And then now we have to do the derivative of that guy. So that one I do want to write off to the side because he's not very pretty. So we're going to go u equals x minus parenthesis 1 plus x squared to the positive 1/2. And we take our derivatives. That's 1 minus 1/2 1 plus x squared, negative 1/2, times, and then now we got to do the derivative of the inside, which is 2x. So our inside here is 1 plus x squared. So our inside prime is 2x, and we plug it there. Okay, so now we put it all together. U prime equals 1 minus, and then the 1/2 and 2 cancel, so we get x over the square root of 1 plus x squared. So you can see all I did was take the negative, take this on the bottom, put the square root, and we get this. So that is what we multiply to it. Now you can combine like terms, common denominators and stuff, or just leave it alone, and that's what I'm going to do. We're just finding the derivative here. So there you have it.